Swayam Prabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Welcome students. So today we are going to discuss, continuing our discussions on sustainability assurance. As you know that in mine closure and post mining mine site management, one of the issue that we are discussing is a sustainability and how will we plan that sustainability for the different activities and also the developmental programs that need to be sustained, and on that how exactly we will be assuring that sustainability is going to be achieved. For that assurance, one area which is very important, that we told that there is a sustainability reporting is done. In our last class we discussed how for sustainability reporting the global reporting initiatives, GRI's recommendations and guidelines are followed, and how it has become mandatory in different governments to prepare this sustainability report in any industry. Now, this area is still lot of research are required, and then to prepare the proper guidelines in which way that sustainability report it is prepared on the basis of the performance the company does, and many a time it can be highlighting only for their different type of achievement, and sometimes such highlighting may lack the proper accounting. That means that the reliability of what is being expected may not be visible from the report. For that reason, this sustainability accounting concepts come. Today we will be discussing what the sustainability accounting is, and for that how the eco-efficiency and eco-effectiveness, these two terminology comes into being in this area. Now, as sustainability accounting, it is exactly a subcategory of the accounting system, and it is exactly earlier the companies used to have their annual financial report, and the financial report is based on certain accounting system which go on. They account for, they do verifications, they do the validations, they do the modeling, and they do a lot of accounting jobs. Now, that one how it is coming, that which are non-financial reporting which is going in terms of the sustainability report, how can it be exactly aligned with an accounting system? And that is why this sustainability accounting is basically practice of measuring, analyzing and reporting of the companies, the social and environmental impacts, to reveal commitments to triple P's that we said. We told that how the people, planet and profit, how economics, how your sociology and governance, those three things are exactly merged into, and these need to be put in the accounting system. Now, the sustainability accounting guidelines, this was given by a World Summit on Sustainable Development of Johannesburg in 2002, and it is being practiced in most developed countries and their companies. In India also, the sustainability accounting and sustainability reporting is practiced by all Maharatna, Navaratna companies, but still whether we have done detailed analysis of the accounting systems, there you will have to develop your expertise. Now, the basic things, you know that accounting, which is exactly find out accounting can be going in a different way. For example, your accounting in business is how your capital which you are having and how exactly you have invested it, how you are getting the return, and whether you are making a profit or loss, and that is there any hidden loss, if there any threat, if there is any opportunity, those gets revealed by accounting. In the similar way, you can do a safety accounting, you can do environmental accounting, and this is also a sustainability accounting. Now these are exactly, there are different way. If you see that whole our biological world in the nature, there is exactly waste is a food. Sometimes everything is, there is a relationship, one consumes the other, and then one's rejects will be used by others, one surplus is used by others. That is the way how the biological world work. So we'll see that how within that there is a principle of sustainability is lying, those aspect also will be seeing. And also the natural capital concept, this is also will be telling out in briefly that how we'll have to create the natural capital for our long term sustainable uses. So after going through this lecture, you should be able to explain the need for the and the scope of sustainability accounting, how will you do it, and explain the basic concepts of sustainability accounting. At the same time, you will be able to define what to account and what to report in a sustainability report. That is what is the basically, but this is again, it depends on how you spend time for studying various issues related to it. Now the sustainability accounting, it is an instrument for measurement, presentation of and communication of the corporate sustainability performance, and this is how exactly a company will be making the arrangements, will develop a system within the company so that the accounting of the sustainability efforts can be carried out and as expected by various groups of the company stakeholders. So this sustainability accounting, as it was exactly the non-financial part of it, that is what are the how the stakeholders expectations and how their exactly promises are fulfilling, those things were accounted in sustainability accounting. And it is a method to justify the company's mandate to impact its environment. That is, in a sustainability accounting, the company, how it is exactly interacting with the environment, whether it is what type of footprint it is keeping onto the environment is accounted for. And it is a, by doing this certificate, this accounting financial, this your sustainability accounting, you give a certificate of the company's moral maturity. That means how ethically and they are doing their business, and then exactly it is contributing to the sustainable development or not. So the sustainability accounting, it exactly reveals the position of the company in fulfilling or in its commitment towards the sustainability goals. And it also gives an evidence of recognizing a new institutional aspect of company's activities. So the sustainability goal, which has been it is a well accepted by all countries because it is a new guideline, and there how the companies themselves are exactly incorporating it within their system, and then it is your sustainability accounting therefore will be giving it how economic, environmental and social performance of the company are that is your integrated together, so that whatever the capital investment and the business this company is doing, that can be now to align towards the sustainability development goal. And also there is this sustainability accounting give an information signal sent from managers to the recipients of corporate statements in order to remove information asymmetry between stakeholders. That is, there are a lot of confusions and conflicts may arise amongst the different stakeholders, and that is exactly if it is properly accounted for, the cause and the effect relationships are provided. That is how the results obtained in different attempts are presented, then only these confusions get released. So, that means in a nutshell that sustainability accounting, it is to be incorporated in the company's business, particularly in the environmental sector, in the safety sector, in the stakeholder management sector, and overall it is that economic performance sector. So, you can find out that this the basis for this sustainability accounting are many. So, this because there will be certain issues that the sustainability accounting must do, that is it must lay out its purposes, that is why the sustainability accounting is being done, that is company must have its own policy statements on that. Then users of information generated from the sustainable accounting system, that exactly for whom this accounting is done, it is for the who are the audience, is it only for the stakeholders or that your shareholders, whether it is only for the shareholders or it is for the society, that the community. So, there will be different type of that audience for going through or going to read this sustainability accounting system. Now, this is another thing is your qualitative characteristics of useful information from sustainability accounting system. What is the quality of this information? That means the data which are generated, how reliable are they, the modeling or the processing, how it is done for deriving a conclusion, because sustainability accounting also reveals certain indicators, those things exactly how, whether they are really a performance indicators or not, that also need to be properly, the basis should be properly defined. Then what is the subjective scope of sustainability accounting, what are the areas it will be looking into, that also is an important thing. And then this reporting of sustainability accounting, including the rules of the recognitions, valuation and presentation elements of the reports, that also need to be laid out. So, rules for verifying the reliability of the information also to be done. So, if you are going to develop a sustainability accounting framework, or if you want to go for a small farm, you want to just do an exercise for the learning exercise, that I will do the sustainability accounting. So, you will have to first define that what are the premises on the basis of which you will be doing this accounting system. For that, you will have to know about this, what is the basis. Now, when you talk about that, as we said, that we will have to define and lay out this, what are the objective of the sustainable accounting. So, what is the measuring performance towards sustainability? First thing is how will you account? If you know the indicator, then only you can account. So, that is why how the performance is defined, that is how the what type of result is being looked into, that need to be properly defined. Then preparation of accounts concerning organizations interactions with society and natural environment. So, your mainly that company for which you want to develop this sustainability accounting system, how they are exactly linked with the society need to be properly analyzed, studied, and then only you can define that these are the things will be accounted for. So, for example, in the company's business, maybe a factory, it may be very close to the water resources of the or a river or a rivulet that the neighboring community is using. So, their interactions with the society as a part of the same consumer. Similarly, they will be also sharing the air, that exactly the company, how whatever their emissions will be going, whether they are going to affect the neighboring community. So, that the community or the society and the company, they can have interactions many differently. There may be an interactions because for the running of the company they require the manpower, and that the neighboring community is the supplier of those manpower, skilled, semi-skilled or unskilled, whatever it is there, and because of that there may be a relationship of the employer and employees. But there is also they could be a supplier of the raw materials. So different depending on the nature of the company, and these interactions could be different, and then their accounting should be also different. A sustainability accounting, it will look into if it is a raw material supplier, whether this raw material they are going to only for this particular firm, or that exactly their resources, even if this company collapses or if it's their business is going down, then also that society will be able to have another market or not. Those different issues will be coming into when you look into the sustainability accounting. Then also this objective is to provide useful tool for identifying, evaluating and managing social and environmental risk. As I was just telling that this what could be the risk if that particular business is collapsing there. And similarly, you will have to identify the resource efficiency and the cost savings. This is another very important aspect of it. It will have to link improvements in the social and environmental issues with financial opportunities. So the accounting system will have to develop a relationship with number of issues and factors together. So that's why this accounting is itself can be a very vast area of studies, but for your purposes you will have to know that what exactly the company want to deliver. For that exactly we need to do the accounting, and in that one thing is that social justice is one of the things which every company, every government, every organizations must provide. And then eco-efficiency, that means are you doing the right things right, that is doing the things right is your efficiency, and whether effectiveness is doing the right things or not, that is doing the things, that is the things right correctly, or it is the you are doing only the correct things. So that is a difference. Efficiency is a measurement of how exactly you have what is the result, what is the ratio of your input output, but effectiveness is what exactly it lives with that, whether it is giving a long term impact. So these two terms we will have to look into little bit more carefully, because when we say that doing eco efficiency, that is your how much output you are getting with how much input. Efficiency is the relationships. Now this when we are doing this more, if we are consuming energy and for producing a particular item, we are not doing it efficiently. So this what we will have to do is, that is your doing more with less. That means we will have to reduce our wastage in whether it is energy, whether it is material. We will have to see the material balance, that means we will have to see the water balance, whether we are for our particular production or the business operations, how much water we are using from the nature, how can we minimize it. That is there are different optimizations will have to be done in their process, in their systems, so that less amount of things can give the work total whatever you are doing. Now that this exactly objective is to reduce, minimize the ecological damage. So that means that when you are doing the same time, the maximizing the efficiency to make a company more commercially successful, because ultimately it is the product that which will be sold and their price, and then the profit will be based on how much exactly it has invested to get that one. More water use, more energy use, more manpower requirement, more materials required for a particular product means exactly your system is becoming inefficient. So, eco-efficient companies use less water, less material, less energy, and to do that they also recycle more. So, that means ultimately what they do, if it is to be eco-efficient, it will have to reduce their ecological load and ecological impact. Now, when you are going to do an accounting of the sustainability, this issue need to be looked into. So, this exactly eco-efficiency is a produce more with less. It can be done by various way. In the accounting of your sustainability accounting, you will have to look into where the reduction in the energy intensity of the goods and services is done, how exactly your improvement in recyclability has been done, how you can reduce the dispersion of the toxic materials and your any toxic or pollutant emissions can be reduced, how you can reduce the material intensity of goods producers, so for producing less consumption of materials, how you can ensure, then how maximize the use of renewable resources. That means you are converting from the electricity generated by say solar or wind, their percentage how much you are increasing, and then when you do produce certain things, what are their durability, are you creating a service for a longer period. That means the total life cycle of your product also should be more. So, by these methods you develop your eco-efficiency. Now, that is why when we talk about the doing more, exactly you will have to look into various critical features of the efficient companies. That means you will be accounting for how the producing goods and services with pure material, your raw material, this exactly you will be quantifying and accounting. Then producing goods and services with less energy, your the dispersion of lower volume of toxic material, improved recyclability, striving to use renewable resources, then making goods that last longer, and then greater service intensity of products and services. So, these are the things which is required in the accounting system. Now, that is why this eco-efficiency will have to be given by an indicator, that is your how much you are enhancing the quality or value of a product, and then how your enhancemental impact of the product, that is you are reducing the impacts and you are enhancing the quality and quantity, that gives exactly. And then while accounting, you will be looking into what are the environmental costs you are getting because of the pollution emissions. You are having more carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxides, the SOx emissions. If it will have to be reduced, then how do you do it? Then resource used, that means how much energy or water you are using, how cost associated with the environmental burden, these are exactly to be seen. Now it is true for all companies. In your mining, you will have to see that whether your number of, if your diesel powered trucks, when it is running, it will be giving lot of carbon dioxides as well as your diesel particulate emissions will be there. Now, if those trucks are converted to electrically driven truck, whether it is a solar powered truck or whether it is a that is your battery operated electric truck, then your these emissions will be reduced. But for that, your how much you have invested and how much you are getting, and this impact whether in your product, if it is a service for the community, whether you are increasing the cost of the that services to be that people cannot afford it, then also things. That is why a economic part also is embedded while doing into this your social responsibilities, your environmental responsibility, these are accounted for. And then economic output, that value of the added benefit, by doing this some changeover, how you are exactly doing adding values. Unit product of the services, that means your whatever you are getting their rate, you find out as a comparable term, so that you can express the proper economic benefit out of it. So, the cost associated with the environmental burden, that is also to be looked into. So, that means we know that eco efficiency is a measurement of the input output ratios, but the effectiveness, that is your how when you do this, how ultimately the results, how it is giving. So, this it is a eco effectiveness is an alternative design and manufacturer concept to zero emission strategies of the closely related term eco efficiency. Eco efficiency has measured, but eco effectiveness is what is exactly felt, what is exactly being generated at the end of it, in the reacting with it. So, for that, and exactly the whole operations business in the mines or the plants, it will have to be starting somewhere, ending somewhere. That is why it is called cradle to cradle. That is your we can see that there is a two type of cycles in a biological cycle. There exactly that from the plants it is coming, and ultimately there will be generating biodegradable, then they give a composting, then they again cultivate, then again it is going to the harvest. So, that is how in a production system of your any crops it is going like that, and then whatever the residue, they are again being used as a compost, and again it is giving over here. Similarly, in case of our metal mines or metalliferous business also, when from the factory it will be giving a finished product, and it will be giving that our some materials which are going to the market for they will be transported, they will be using, then the consumer will be consuming, and then they will be returning to it, and then the scrap will be generated, the scrap will be put again, and it will be again metal. So, that means a recycling is going on over there. So, this is exactly what in the factory it does not always go like this. There will be lot of other things get generated, but in a biological world there is a maximum thing is going to get reused. So, this is what is called your exactly biomimicking. The effectiveness approach of mimics the way nature sort out the material waste. The nature exactly goes as a waste to food. That means this exactly the waste which has been composted become the food for the plant. So, that is why the in our industry also, if you can redesign the material flow process so that the waste are not generated, then it will be a better business, and that is what exactly accounted for. So, this biomimetic approach, it is a for the eco effectiveness, that you eliminate the toxic materials, remove, replace the processes. So, during that things, no toxic things will be going outside, it will be there within. Then waste to food, that is I said, elimination of waste, nature uses everything. Then elimination of non-renewable sources of energy, and then use only the current solar income of energy. That is how it could be changing into. The more you are getting towards it, you are accounting for your performance will be improving, and that is what is to be revealed by a accounting system. So, the elimination of material down cycle instead of using upcycle material processes. So, that how those are to be accounted. That is why it is in a sustainability accounting, your thing is that what could be the sustainable cost reduction, then what could be the natural capital inventory accounting, and input output analysis. These three approaches are taken, and the different types of your categories of natural capital are there. This natural capital, for this is the stock of natural assets, that is your in a mining you will have a geology, soil, water, all living beings around, that is your natural stock. And in that exactly what are the very critical, we cannot affect, we cannot impact the ozone layer, we cannot impact that atmospheric temperature, we cannot impact on the greenhouse gases increasing in the atmosphere. Then we cannot depend wholly on the non-renewable things, that is your it is a non-substitutable. If it is consumed, then it is not available there, then it will never be sustainable. Then non-renewable and unsubstitutable, that is your that whatever the energy you have used, you could not consume it, it is gone forever. So, those type of things will have to be properly accounted for, and then we will have to give the renewable materials. That means if it is it can be grown or it can be produced, then just like your timber, the fishes, this type of materials, whether we can generate and produce again and again, then our sustainability will increase. So, the sustainability accounting basically is a sustainability audit, and in this process it evaluates the performance of an organization in relation to its sustainable development, and that sustainable development goals exactly are kept in front, and on that they find out that how exactly it is being achieved by consuming, by using different inputs, and then getting those inputs for their whatever the cost and all that, taking care of and finding, listing, and their relationship establishing is the audit or accounting. Now, a sustainability audit is therefore a tool that is used to compare the company's practices with the best practices for sustainability. Once you do for 2-3 companies, you know that who is performing better. Now, if they can do, why cannot we? And in that way the things improve, and that it reveals the company's needs to improve. So, now it is clear that why we need to go for sustainability accounting. This exactly help us in eliminating our bottlenecks and to improve it better, and ultimately to contribute to the society, to the stakeholders, to the nature. So, this for doing this accounting, that earlier also I told you that the recording initiatives, they have given a framework in which there are different category of items, those are taken into this accounting. One is an economic category. Under that they take the aspects which are exactly direct economic impact, like customers, suppliers, employees, providers, and then the other public sector. In the environmental, they account the different things like your material, energy, water, biodiversity, emissions, effluents, suppliers, products and services, compliance, transport, and overall the whole thing is taken over there. And in the social aspects, they are taken the labor practices and decent work, the labor management, health, safety, training, educations. Then under the human rights, the societal aspect, as you say in the triple P, that is the people's aspects are seen very much. What is the strategy and the management they have taken, what the discrimination level they are having, what are the different association and collective bargaining, how they do child labor, forced and compulsory labor, disciplinary practice, security practice, indigenous rights, various aspects of the society and people are taken. All these points, it will vary with the company's locations, where it is there, company's business, how it has been interacting with the society, and that's why in the accounting one will have to look into taking this type of concepts only as a general concepts, but the parameters will have to be done for the particular company, what type of exactly services or product they are manufacturing, how they are interacting with society, those things will be done. So, then this after this accounting we will have to report this account, and for that basically 3 basic things will have to be done. When you prepare a sustainability accounting report, you will have to look into that you are following a transparency, inclusiveness, and auditability. These 3 properties will have to be met. Now, that from transparency and inclusiveness, because it is informing decisions about what information to report, and it also informs the quality and reliability of the reported information. It informs the accessibility of the reported information, how and when it has been collected, how it has been analyzed, detailed things are also informed. And from there it gets the auditability, that is internal auditors or external auditors can go and check and do the things over here. But for that how that your accounting, how qualitatively, how good you have done, it depends on whether it is a completeness, it has taken all points into considered, whether it is accurate, it must be accurate, whether the clarity has been mentioned, that means every parameters used are properly defined, their relationship, their formula, whatever used is very well explained, that clarity should be there. whether it is doing a relevant business. That means that though there may be a different example, different industry may be having a different thing. If someone is using a parameter, do you use that parameter because it is been used in by that? No, it will have to be relevant to your business. And then neutrality, you will have to be unbiased. That is the report. While you are accounting, you are not bothering about that exactly what is there. Maybe you are employed by the company, but you are also going to do the accounting for the stakeholders and for the society. So that neutrality will have to be maintained. The timeliness, because this report accounting for which period, when, and then if you do not do it within time, that will also have, it will lose its meaning. And then sustainability context must be maintained, and it should be comparable to your whether in the previous year, that how it has done, now it has been done. So you should be able to reveal the things, and that's why this accounting framework is, you will define the objectives, you will get the principles, then you will develop the technique, how you will be exactly measuring and all, what type of instruments will be there, what type of software will be developed, how much your statistics, how much of your data science, how much of your data analytics, how much of your artificial intelligence will be using for studying the attributes to finding out their parameters, and then this analysis will be done to form a report. So this is the basis. On the basis of it, if you want to develop now a sustainability report of a particular business in your town, maybe a biscuit factory, maybe a, that is your in your town there is somewhere they are having a jute, that's maybe a rope manufacturing company is there, they're manufacturing plastic rope. So you can find out that how you will be developing there, if that is your sustainability accounting, and to give them a report. So this approach you can follow. And then the comprehensive sustainability accounting framework, it exactly you will have to give the objectives, then principles of sustainability accounting framework, data capture, then the reporting and the quantitative attributes of the sustainability. Those things which in the framework is given. Now here what you will do, you will measure the performance of the organizations, and then it will be based on your what type of reporting entity will be there, and there you will have to, depending on the definition of the sustainability, you will be working on it. And then that what type of data you will be doing, exactly collecting their performance indicator, and those data you will have to evaluate, that is assess it whether it is a correct or not, and then you will have to develop a reporting format, and then only you will be giving with your transparency, completeness and accuracy. Whatever that our attributes are there in a timeliness, audibility, relevance, all are maintained in preparing that report. So this gives you how exactly you will be discharging the accountability of the stakeholders within a period, whether in some cases you may require a life cycle analysis, your at what frequency you will be reporting, these are all stipulated. And then you give the useful information, that how their scopes, their maturity, how much is the capital, the financial aspects of it. Then you are getting this into from the data capture to ultimately giving a report which will be having all the clarity, neutrality, sustainability, context, inclusiveness and all. So this is the way how in a business environment, different business environment is there. The business can be, you just trust me, I don't have any other competitor. Then sometimes the business could be the environment, you tell me, I will be doing the things over there. Sometimes the business will be show me, then sometimes to prove to me, and sometimes involve me. This is a different types of business environment where you may be working to go in a country report. Then societal expectation, different. If it is a tell me type of business environment, there is a communicate, there is a stakeholders interaction is there. But when it is a show me, that means it will have to demonstrate part is also there. But prove means that the now the stakeholders and all, they not only measure, account for the communicate, they want to do little bit more. But when it is an involved, that is your society is directly involved in various ways. So depending on the business type, your relevance of the sustainability accounting will be different. In a trust me type of internal efficiency improvements, that could be the main drive for the sustainability accounting. But where you're in a prove to me type of thing, disclosure results of what has been achieved with sustainability performance management basis to create transparency and verifications. So in this way, for different business environment, your type of report will be different because the relevance of the sustainability report will be changing. So, I request you please go through such type of table, and then on the basis of that you will be preparing how you will have to do a sustainability accounting. So, as a learning activity, please find the listed organizations and initiatives that assist companies in pursuing sustainability accounting by going through the Wikipedia and then studying the link given. Prepare a document explaining how will you carry out a sustainability accounting for a small coal mine producing 1 million ton of coal in a year from a mine with stripping ratio of 1:4. Collect from case studies or assume the necessary informations. I have given just for your interest. If you are interested, you can assume, you can virtually, you can create on your computer, you can create a mining conditions, and there you find out now how many manpower required, how many machines are there, what are the societal dependents are there, what type of organizational behavior are expected, how it will be exactly transporting the things, how its supply chain will be done. All those things will be coming, and there you will have to maintain a sustainability accounting. So, this could be a very interesting work. If you wish, do a little bit of study, a research, and then develop a sustainability account. So, in that, when you want to go for developing an account, what exactly you will be accounting? You will have to find out the fatality in that mines, how much exactly the contractor or departmental employees, how many have died. That is your, what is the percentage decrease in the carbon dioxide equivalent emissions, that you may have to ask the mining company, and then you find out what was the last year and what is the this year. So, this much is increase or decrease. From there they find out that if the increase does not mean that increase means your performance is bad, because you may be having a production has increased much more. So, the ratio, that is your, with that increased amount of your services, your this much has increased. So, maybe in your comparative term it might have reduced. So, then percentage decrease in the energy intensity. Energy intensity is exactly the amount of energy used to produce a given level of output of activity. So, in a university like ours, we are having, say, how much of megawatt in a year we have used, consumed, megawatt hour or kilowatt hour, and then what is the total number of degrees we have given, or what is the total number of this R&D projects we have completed in that year. So, like that, whatever we will be finding the total amount of energy we have used as an energy intensity, but with respect to our output, that is, we will have to make our key performance indicators of the university, and there also we can find out our sustainability wise whether we are doing right or wrong. Then days away, restricted and transferred. This DART rate is another OSHA, that OSHA given, that how you exactly measure the safety standard or safety performance of a mine or any factory, that this DART rate is also a thing. While you are doing the accounting, you will have to know about it and you will have to do on this. Similarly, what is the percentage reduction of the land requirements for the handling of the waste, because of the overburdened space and all these things required. Your land required, whether by your technology and method are you able to do somewhere a mining, that you will be requiring very less amount of land. So, that means you are as quickly as possible you are going back to your internal dumping, so that your external land requirement has got reduced. So, this a mine performance will be going like that. That means your dependency on the land requirement is getting reduced. That type of things also will be that is, you are giving a sustainability accounting being carried out. Then your electricity consumed, how much has been generated from the non-renewable sources. Then the ratio of the new active mine disturbance to the mine rehabilitated. Mining, as you know, that it is going on. In one way you are exhausting the mineral, in new area you are taking out the overburden to get it. Now, how much exactly that old area you have reclaimed and returned to the nature. So, that ratio is giving you an indicator that how best you are exactly doing your the sustainable business or not. Then corporate equality index, that will have to, this is another thing, however you are taking a properly with that, because nowadays this equality index, that is whether the lesbian, gay, bisexual or the transgender people, if they are there, for them you have followed an equality indicators or not. You are giving, you are exactly including them and giving them equally an opportunity to work in your company or not. That is also a very important factor these days. Then percentage decrease in the fresh water use, that is, are you reducing your total water uses so that the society can have better share for the water available in that area. Then decrease in the landfill wastes, exactly, are you able to regenerate, or are you able to reuse some of your waste generated? That is the type of things. Also in a sustainability things, you need to see whether there is a what is the percentage of women employee. Are you giving opportunity to the that weaker gender? Earlier it was said weaker, of course not today, but then that women percentage employee is also a very important factor these days. Then the total volunteer hour by employees, this is another thing that is your which has come up, that your employee volunteer program. That means, is your company during your paid working period allows you to work for the community? Exactly, every company, they need to do some societal work, and some of the worker who may be a very good, his work is very much important in the company, but he will be allowed to do certain work in the community for the interest of the society. And that hour, how much such type of hour exactly your company has sponsored, that if you record an account and then you present in your sustainability accounting report, that gives a good point for your company. Similarly, total amount spent on purchased goods and services, that is how your capital you are investing in the company, and the total amount spent as community investments. So these are the things exactly done in a accounting. So there is a procedural things are there, which when you will be starting doing your activity, then you will be going on learning. But as a basic understanding of what is sustainability accounting for preparing a sustainability report, I think you have understood now. Now, one thing you must know, that is, by carrying out sustainability accounting and developing sustainability reporting, companies can achieve improved operating results. These are exactly when you are working for the society, working for the other benefits, you are also getting benefited. That is, the company gets benefit out of it. Then it has got a primarily a sustainability accounting is a practice of measuring, analyzing, reporting on social and environmental impacts and economical sustainable companies, and also it gives a set of principles and guidelines for implementation for environmental awareness and social justice. So these two-folded things are there in the accounting, and this is, as a discipline, sustainability accounting, it will relate basically three components, that is information management, management control and reporting. Those who of you are having more interest in the data analytics, data acquisitions, instrumentations, you can think of this area in which lot of data acquisition is necessary, lot of decision making is necessary, lot of modeling is necessary, which can be incorporated. But that goes in a real life industrial work when you will do it. But as a learning, please do this exercise of scientific accounting of your sustainability. So there are lot of references are there. I always tell you that there are few books as a textbook, and also you should see different webinars got recently, because from though it is from 2002 2003 the sustainability and other things are very much coming, but nowadays it has taken a different type of jump with the advent of the different information technology and ICT. So you please go through different references and prepare yourself if you want to do, and there are a lot of works yet left and lot of research, lot of innovations are yet called for in this particular area. Thank you very much.